YouTubers, how's it going? Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for tuning in to another special edition of Housing Crisis. I got this article here. I found this actually scrolling through articles, and this is a big one. Australia's overheating housing market prompting policy responses. This is huge. Chinese investment in property has jumped 8-fold in 5 years. So what does this mean for people living in Sydney? I'll tell you guys right now. Sydney housing prices in Australia have roared into the stratosphere, prompting the government to take policy steps to cool the sizzling market, just like happened in Toronto, if you guys are following that market. Combined with tight inventory of houses and the market due to population growth. But they're not mentioning, guys, the 70,000 or 60,000 empty homes they have, right? Swelling investments and in the sector has been driving up house prices. In particular, Chinese investment in Australia real estate has soared 8-fold in the past 5 years. The government has taken serious measures to take the steam out of the market. Some cities have bumped taxes on foreign purchases of real estate. For instance, policymakers want to engineer a soft landing for the housing market. There's no soft landing here, people. When a one-bedroom apartment with no parking is $1 million, there's no soft landing for that, people. Anyways, let me continue here. Soft landing for the housing market, which could eventually destabilize the financial system. In Chastwood, a residential district 20-mile drive from central Sydney, an auction for a 3-bedroom house with a garden has held in mid-July. About 120 people, would-be buyers, gathered for early morning auction. 120 people. Auctions are the most popular way to sell second-hand houses in Australia. 13 minutes after the auction began, an Asian woman who was speaking in Chinese to her apparent client over the phone submitted the winning bid at 1.945 million Australian dollars. That's $1.52 million. The broker was gleeful about the price, which he said he was $100,000 higher than expected. The price of the house has been climbing for the past 17 years. It sold for 530,000 Australian dollars in 2000, and again for $1 million in 2012. Australia has been attracting droves of immigrants because of its balmy climate and high-quality education system. The steady inflow has been goosing demand for housing in the country. In the past several years, driven also by low interest rates and the prices of second-hand houses of urban areas have skyrocketed. So, let me tell you guys. So what's happening? You have the Australian proper is definitely not buying in Australia because they're bought out of the market. I get a lot of people messaging me and saying, I need to buy into the market because if I don't buy in, I'm never going to own. But the problem is, you're going to be owing the bank for the rest of your life. Australia's banking system is not like the United States where you could walk away from your mortgage and leave the keys at the bank and saying, I'm not paying for a house worth less than what I bought it for if the economy tanks. But what's happening in Australia, you can't walk away from your mortgages in Australia. So it's too much of a risk and too much of a gamble because that will haunt you for the rest of your life and garnish your wages. $1 million house, people? $1 million for a little house like they mentioned there with a little garden? No, a house like that should be worth 160 to maybe 220. That's what houses should be worth. And they're talking about this low shortage of housing and population growth. That's a lie. Because I looked into the census, population is only growing from immigration. And the problem with that is there's a lot of empty homes with investors. Lots of investors are buying but leaving these homes empty. So there's, I think, across Australia, if someone could comment below in the comments and let me know how many empty homes are there across Australia. Not abandoned homes, investment homes. Because I know outside of New South Wales, other parts like Darwin and other parts of Australia, you'll have problems where there's a lot of, because the mining system collapsed and the whole thing happened where the economy in the mining sector collapsed and a lot of people lost their jobs. So let me know what you guys think. Comment below. And if anyone has a number of how many empty homes there are across New South Wales, I'd like to know. Comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.